Now let's move over to McDonald's, which, this is, it's sort of a funny story, but it's actually a really serious story as well, because as funny as it is that Donald Trump just made this trip to McDonald's and then a couple of days later, there's an E. coli outbreak. So the memes have predictably been good, but 49 people in 10 states have been sickened by this, and an older person in Colorado actually died from this E. coli outbreak, which the CDC, if you go to their website, it's right there. It says investigation start date, October 22nd, 2024, yesterday. And on their food safety alert, they say this is a fast-moving outbreak investigation. Most sick people are reporting eating quarter pounder hamburgers from McDonald's, and investigators are working quickly to confirm which food ingredient is contaminated. So looks like they have some reason. We can put D1 up on the screen. This is the New York Times breakdown of the story. Looks like they have some good reason to believe that it's specifically linked to the quarter pounder, but this is hitting people especially hard in the West. So Colorado, New York Times lists Colorado, Kansas, Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Iowa, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. A lot of this, though, has been, speaking of Nebraska, a lot of this has come from Colorado and Nebraska. Yeah. So really awful situation. McDonald's obviously is taking these ingredients out to the best that they can. So we'll see what happens.
The burger in that image looked really good, though, even despite the...
No, since Trump went to McDonald's, I have really wanted McDonald's because it's just been, people have been posting so much about McDonald's.
I really feel like we're at a point where McDonald's should just give it up with the actual meat. We're at a place, the fake meat tastes the same as their fake meat that has meat in it. So why? Just if you're actually now killing people, like one person, 10 people have been hospitalized, 1 died so far.
Yep.
It takes several days, for this to work its way through your system until you wind up in the hospital or sickened. So there could be more cases of this. Hopefully this is the end of it. But the climate effects are profound for the amount of meat we consume. And if we can't do it safely, it doesn't really even taste that much different. Come on. Those chicken nuggets need to have chicken in them. Nobody believes that there's really that much chicken in those chicken nuggets anyway. So let's just go all the way fake.
Well, the sad thing is there is chicken in the chicken nuggets, and the chickens are not, very happy chickens.
No, those are unhappy chickens.
Which is, I think there's something of a reckoning happening, just whether it's Maha and MAGA, having this unlikely marriage where you get populist left and crunchy populist left coming together with the newly crunchy populist right. It's not a huge part of the country, but it's significant enough that I think there's a real momentum shift against some of our older food practices.
Yeah, and it's also existential in the sense that you're blasting all these factory farmed animals full of antibiotics so that they can overcome the cruel and horrific conditions that they're in, which then, if you only care about humans, makes it's not good for you to just be constantly ingesting antibiotics that already went through an animal, and it makes more antibiotic-resistant bacteria. And then the fact that we're talking about a bacterial infection here is not a coincidence.
Their stock is plunging. There's some reason to believe, it looks like from the reporting, that this was linked to onions. Because there's some
so much for my no meat plan.
Yeah, so much for your no meat plan. It wasn't. We'll see. Right. But this is from NBC. They say McDonald's is working with public health officials. According to the CDC, the fast food chain has stopped using the slivered onions and quarter-pound beef patties in several states. McDonald's said in a statement Tuesday that its initial findings from the investigation indicate that a subset of illnesses may be linked to slivered onions used in the quarter pounder and sourced by a single supplier that serves 3 distribution centers, which would make sense given the pattern of the spread. Now, this is something that an expert echoed as well, that the onions are kind of notoriously a difficult, which I didn't realize, but sort of notoriously difficult to control the E. coli and potentially people getting sick outbreaks of. So just a pro tip for everybody, maybe be worried about your onions.
There you go.
But Donald Trump actually is sort of infamous for loving McDonald's because it's so, he believes that fast food restaurants, and not incorrectly, fast food restaurants are so industrialized that their health standards and their cleanliness standards. Like, they are held to the absolute highest standards because anything like this is so damaging to their business. They're under microscopes, and they just have this rinse and repeat operation around the country that he goes to fast food restaurants because he trusts the cleanliness. There was this moment when he's scooping the fries the other day into the fry box, whatever. He turns to the camera and he goes, "Amazing, never touches the human hand."
Yeah, which he loves.
Yeah. But I mean, bad news.
Yeah.
Bad news.
Touch something.
Well, stay safe out there, everyone. In all seriousness, this is, can be incredibly serious, especially to folks out west. So again, stay safe. Hey, if you liked that video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Breaking Points.
If you want to see the rest of Counterpoints, go to breakingpoints.com to become a premium member and get the full uncut show every morning in your inbox and on Spotify.